Defendant Lindsay says the work was completed to a poor standard, therefore she owes nothing. She is counterclaimed £5,000 for harassment.
There was also a box round the tap, correct?
Yeah.
What was the problem with the box being fitted around the tap, madam?
Just one fitted right. So I didn't even ask for a box around the tap. I asked for another box outside of my tap for my horse pipe, not for that.
Understood. You wanted a tap and a box next door that could hold the hose pipe so you could fill the pool. And instead what he's done is put a box around it. I can see your complaint. Let's have a look.
Wait, he goes to wank off the hose pipe in a minute, look.
What are you trying to show us in that video? Did you film it, Chris?
Yes, I did, Judge.
What's going on in that video? What's the oeuvre? Talk me through it, Chris.
Well, I'll try to show that you're trying to get the hose pipe, you can get the hose pipe in because the box will covering it. So I'm trying to show them that the hose pipe couldn't get it in because you have to reach right round.
Now, looking at that box, it's not ideal, is it?
No, Judge.
It does look like there's been a miscommunication between David as a work person and Lindsay as the client.
Yes, Judge.
That's why I told him, but he didn't listen. He just put that on, and then he never came back to ask me. So I tried to explain to him the box what I wanted, but he didn't do anything. He didn't take that down from what I wanted, so it wasn't that there.
I mean, if there is a problem with the way you're putting the hose underneath of the tap, surely all you need, you know, to make do with a box for now, you just get a saw and saw a bigger hole over it, you know, to make it easier for you for the time being until an agreement could be made to come out and redo the job.
Your complaint about threats, now I have to ask you, madam.
Yeah.
Your complaint, in effect, is that the only reason you handed over that £20 is because a threat was made to you.
Yeah.
And you rely upon a message that was sent from David to you. Let's have a look. 20 today, or the tap is coming off. Now, he can't do that without access and permission to Lindsay's property, otherwise it's trespass.
Yes,
understand? But he is entitled to say, I want my money, otherwise I will be removing the tap. Now, do you believe, and you can't answer this question, had David been asked to change the job he did by removing the box, he would have said, get lost, or would he have simply moved the box?
He would have moved the box, George. I do have a receipt here from Jewson's from the 2nd of May, where he's actually gone to buy the assured mortar mix from Jewson's so he could go back and do the filling of the cement. So he did have intentions to go back and finish the job. Obviously,
finish the job involving what?
Involving the tap, and then that, you know, when he'd gone back to refix all the mortar back into the walls and re-cement it, and then he could have refixed the tap and also moved the box then.
It would have taken an hour thereabouts.
Hour, 2 hours tops, depending if he's got to re-drill.
Thanks very much. In other words, you have material which demonstrates to me that he had done all of the work in order to go back.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
That's why I asked for every receipt off him.
Thank you very much. Another counterclaim. How much are you
Doing his job for him.
David for?
5,000.
5,000.
What's to be paid? I can't wait till the aftermath, mate.
Why are you suing David for £5,000?
Harassment.
For harassment.
No, we're all right.
In order to claim for £5,000, you'd have to demonstrate to me that this gentleman, who's not here, has caused you fear, alarm or distress, which has really affected you.
We've got phone calls, there were no caller ID.
Right.
Chris,
were you there when any of this was happening?
I got back end of it. They were threatening me, saying that if Lynn don't pay, I will come down to my flat.
Your flat?
Yeah, with some people with Amazon crowbars.
Amazon crowbars? Over £30? Did you immediately telephone the police?
No.
Did you telephone the police at all?
No.
Well, what was the worst thing that you say David said to you?
I just called this fat ugly
bitch.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's an appalling thing to say. Sadly, that doesn't amount to a threat.
We all know that David's capable of saying that, but
he just kept
what's the matter?
If I don't pay him, he's just going to come down and smash my flat up and take all the tap off and damage it all.
Well, he certainly threatened to remove the tap, and I've seen a text message to that effect. I believe he said that, and he shouldn't have done. Do you have any other evidence about the threat?
Yeah, wait.
Chris had 2 voicemails.
Where are those voice messages?
I checked them and they're gone. I don't know.
Well, have you deleted them if possible?
No.
Well, when did you last listen to them?
Last night?
And subsequently, has anyone had your phone or interfered with your phone?
No.
Well, how have they been deleted?
I don't know.
So I have no evidence. Did you hear them?
Yes, I heard him.
Well, what did they say?
Just tell that fat new girlfriend of yours, say give me that money and I'm coming down at 1 o'clock with all mates and crowbars and all that. And
Crowbars and all that?
Yeah, crowbars and mates.
Understood. Now, sadly, David, although you've done your best to represent David's interest in court, there have been allegations of harassment made against him. Also, I'm concerned that it appears on the face of it that from what Lindsay says, he hasn't made an appropriate offer to come and repair things. Do you see?
Yes.
Good news is that we have David on the telephone. So you'll be able to hear what he says, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a quick call from...
We'd had a
Michelle.
break and
Understood?
everything at this
Michelle, would you
point.
come with me and bring a notebook? Thank you very much. Bear with me.
I'd actually
But
sat
nevertheless,
I sat on my arse at this point and was chilled out, relaxing, talking with Sakari. And that's on the right hand side, and we get to see the doors open, you get to see this while they're filming it.
Hello? Hello, is that David?
Speaking.
Now, thank you very much. Now, I know you're not here because you're unwell, and that's fine. David, your mentor, is representing your interests very well. And there were no difficulties, except a couple of issues have emerged during the case. 2 very, very quick ones. The first one relates to allegations that have been made against you by Lindsay that you've harassed her, and especially that you've left voice messages on her friend Chris's phone threatening to come down to her house with crowbars and friends and that sort of thing and ripping the tap out. Is that true or false?
We said that we would come down and take the tap off, and I never said, well, yeah, I did mention about somebody else coming, but he would have come in for if anything kicked off, you know, whilst he was struggling the job. It wasn't a threat towards it, or just simply that if payment weren't made, or taking the tap off type thing, you know what I mean?
So you did threaten to take the tap off if you weren't paid, correct?
Yes, which...
Now, the second question, be quiet if you don't mind. Second question is this. Were you satisfied that she could read that contract when she signed it?
Yes, her and the witness both read and signed the contract, as well as read it properly and thoroughly. I asked her if she understood the contract and what it implied, and she said, yes I do.
Thank you very much, sir. The third question I have is this. So I'm a little bit concerned, because one thing I'm not at all pleased with is the box around that tap. Do you see? And Lindsay says she wanted the box next to the tap effectively to hold up the hose. If she had asked you to do that, if she'd asked you to move that box, would you have come back and replaced it?
I would have done, Judge, yes, but she said to me that she wanted it over the tap to secure the tap so nobody else could use it. She mentioned nothing about it being a box to secure the hose pipe in. What
do you mean nobody else could use it, sir?
You know, it's like a bit of a security thing, so then nobody else could access the tap and use their water type thing. To stop people using the tap, not to stop them stealing it. You know
I
what
see,
I mean?
so the tap would be hidden in effect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adrinder.
He's not any the wiser, is he, really?
Oh,
Judge.
oh yeah, yeah.
Well, he is a bit.
Look, right, wait to the end, mate. He could hear David laughing in the background with Natalie making him laugh.
I'm going to give a judgment now. David has 2 very important documents, 3. Firstly, he has the clear review written by Lindsay saying that he had done excellent work in effect at her property. Secondly, he has a receipt for £20. Thirdly, he has a contract in which Lindsay, I'm satisfied, was there with a witness who understood what was on that piece of paper, and she promises to pay the other £30.
He's shutting this
For
off
those
now, there
3
are a lot
reasons,
more
I'm
said than
satisfied
this.
that Lindsay owes David the £30. What's more, although there is a box around that tap, which I find unusual, I'm satisfied by the explanation given to me by David over the phone as to why that box was there. Even if it shouldn't have been there, It seems to me that that happened because of confusion, which
Right,
could have
he's
been
just
remedied
messaged me, you're on
if
Judge
Lindsay and
Rinder,
he
LOL.
had spoken to one another. I'm also satisfied that he bought things in order to improve matters, but the relationship broke down between him and Lindsay. Either way, he's entitled to that £30. This court awards him £30. Lindsay, you are suing David for £5,000.
She's fuming.
I made clear to you,
Wait
I
for
don't
it.
come to the conclusion that no harassment took place. I can only consider the evidence. For that reason, I have to dismiss your claim. £30, case dismissed.
David won the case and was awarded £30. Defendant Lindsay's counterclaim
Thank you.
was dismissed.
Look
Let's
at
find
him.
out how both-
Look, he's looking daggers at me.
He's after the corner.
He's looking daggers at me, isn't he?
But you know as it is, and I could hear in the background threatening to come down to the Christmas party. Yeah, you and
So
David.
you are now saying on camera after the pact, bearing in mind you've brought this up in Judge Rinder without any proof, and now you are slandering me right now on camera, saying that I was in the background threatening to come down. Now,
Yeah, that's
quite
what
honest,
it's
to
from,
be
mate.
quite honest, love, you might be finding yourself back in the courtroom, because if you want to slander me like that, I know the rules and I know law. So right now you've just slandered me.
No, because
So if I was you, love, I would close your mouth now before you say something that you're going to regret because you're actually slandering me
No.
to my face. Sorry, can I leave, please? Because they are doing my facing.
I'm just a peacekeeper, mate.
You're not a peacekeeper, mate. You're a lapdog and grow up. Excuse me, can I leave, please? Cigarette break. Cigarette break.
Cigarette break.
Mate, you share findings.
Cigarette break. Job done.
This is mine.
And these are all after me, man.
And then keep like that, really.
I
Yeah.
believe you're going to get your
Oh,
money
he gets paid today.
Tonight.
Today, once it's been aired, he gets paid.
into a little